Greetings and welcome to Destiny and Dice, an Eberron live stream game that me and my friends are playing and having a wonderful time at. We are glad to be back live streaming after this of the new year. We hope you guys enjoyed our Christmas special that was run by Moonscar, who plays Nyx, and I hope this year, with everything that's been going on, is still treating you somewhat decently. I'm going to just jump right in. If you have a chance to go check out the DM's notes, I talked a little bit about the cell block that they happen to be in. And when last we met, the Shadows players were exploring in Whitehearth, a secret cannon facility in the Mornland. Still reeling from the revelation that Bruce is currently missing his aberrant dragon mark, and that it seems to have taken up residence in Nyx, the party decided to push on and search for a way to undo whatever they did, while still trying to find the schema and get the hell out of this terrible place as soon as possible. Checking in on the last blue room, the party discovered the all-powerful laundry room of Whitehearth and were thoroughly unimpressed. Moving on, the Shadow Slayers investigated both green arcane locks to find that they lead to junctions. The junction to the right revealed another pedestal with locks that didn't match any of the keys they had, and the junction to the left revealed a pedestal that had an additional green lock to go forward through. Rix, who was thoroughly done with talking at this point, began moving forward earnestly without caution. Coming to a hallway with two doors bearing dual-colored locks, Rix pushed ahead to the second door. As he opened it, his first impression of the Whitehearth cell block was enough to give him pause, until the wardens of the cell block stood up and sprung towards him and engaged him in combat. The cell block itself seemed to come alive, and Rix nearly found himself pulled into a cell. Startling appearance of Bruise that Kiz saw when Nyx, unbeknownst to herself, transformed into Bruise and used his gust cantrip to move away the smoke that had been blocking the doorway. One Iron Warden has fallen. Twice. And this is where we start today. Shadow Slayers, what are you going to do? The top of our initiative order is the currently downed, corrupted Iron Warden. So, skipping its turn, Kizriel, what are you doing?
Can we see map, please?
Yeah, can we have the map now?
Might have asked for the map earlier and with not happening.
He said no.
I would like to shoot out whichever one is up.
Okay.
Be very careful. Nyx is between you and him, and she just turned in a Bruise, so there's a good chance you'll hit her.
Let's see. Okay, so one of them went down and got back up. These all look like prison cells. This person, can you see my arrows? I'm not sure if I should be doing the arrows or not.
Look at your arrows.
Yes.
Okay. These two people they look like prisoners?
Kind of?
Okay. So, this person right here is covered in aberrant mark. Like body tattoo, aberrant mark. That's what we know there. That's what that woman is.
And Mr. T?
Oh.
They're all in a suspended state in some sense.
Well,
Not really sure what's going on.
That's true. That may have saved their life. We'll find out. Neither of them look like they're in control. They're all behind bars. Okay. I will shoot whichever warden is up.
That would be the one right in front of Bruise.
Okay. And I'll let Guara take a swipe from the second attack.
Okay. Are you sharpshootering?
No.
Okay.
Nice.
That'll hit.
Then next. And whichever does more damage, bite.
That'll hit. How would you like Guara to do this?
Can she tear off its head?
Yes, she can.
Just like, arr! Except she's a jaguar instead of a dog.
So you, in this moment of startled distraction, like kind of staring at Nyx, just kind of raise your bow and like look down, see it. Just, shoots your arrow, hitting it in one of the eye sockets that rocks its head back as Gora comes up underneath and just bites at whatever throat she can get a hold of this creature that's metal and stone and not really living, and just kind of rips out whatever she can get a hold of. But it's enough to put it down on the ground and it stops moving. Okay. All of that. Bruce, you're kind of the first to recover and gain your wits as initiative order now falls.
Bruce hits it with his axe.
That's a fair reaction.
They caught it once before. Just like there's a pause.
Z, what do you do next?
So Z was being really resistant to going into the room at all, right?
Mm-hmm. Roll for me another wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Sorry, I was trying to remember exactly where Z was and what she was doing.
Z
In a
is
couple
the
weeks.
hallway below Jalira.
Did it roll?
Yes.
Okay.
It was a 6. You're still
No,
really
that was a
hesitant to go
wisdom
into
roll. I hit the wrong button, then I did the wisdom save, and that was a 16.
I see it. Okay.
Ah.
Yeah.
You feel like you're confident enough to kind of stroll towards that room now. So you can
Okay.
start moving into the room. Nix, what are you doing?
Well, can't I, like, step forward and, like, shoot at the bad guy?
The bad guy's down, hun.
We're out of initiative.
What about
That's
those
why you
black
skipped
dog things?
Jalira.
That's why you skipped me. Okay.
Next, she's currently, like, her clothes are ripped now. She doesn't know what the freak just happened.
You are standing there in clothes that definitely have rips and tears along major muscle groups.
Uh-huh.
So taking a moment
Waistband is
to
stretched out.
She's in robes, too, like,
the
their
back
robes.
seam might have exploded a little. I mean, come on, it's bruised.
Yeah, alright.
So what should we do? Should we?
She's gonna pull Rix up.
Oh, I think Rix was standing,
Yeah, Rick had managed to, at the
He
last
did get
moment,
up.
squeak out of his chains.
and yeah,
Okay. So yeah, she would be like, give me the key. Give me the green key now.
I think it's more important for us to just get out of here. I'll give it to you
No!
outside.
Okay.
Bruce is gonna look around the room.
Go ahead, get angry. Let's see what happens.
I'm gonna step out of the room. I'm
Good
behind
call,
Z.
Jalira.
I'm gonna stand between
He's
Jalira
got back.
and Zaneem.
Like,
She's tiny.
that.
You guys cower back. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go to Bruce here really quick while you're formulating exactly what you want to say. Bruce, as you look around, this looks like from your best guess, a detention area, like a cell block, for lack of a better word. I mean, you've seen the drunk tank at least once back in Sharn, where you're kind of told to lie low and recover from a couple hangovers. But you notice that the security precautions here are more extreme. I mean, Sharn had some pretty cool features, but this is unlike any other detention facility you've seen. Emanating
I think
from
the
the
most
room.
Bruce has ever seen is probably Juvie with the others. Like, they
Oh,
got
that's
caught
right.
doing something.
You're 16-year-old Bruce right now. I forget sometimes. I apologize. Yeah, no. Like, Pipes put you in timeout that one time. He sent you to the basement and told you to wait there till you cooled off.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm sure he's seen some kind of detention center in some way, but yeah.
Okay.
So he sees cells with people in them, or
So you see, as you kind of start to peer around, you do notice that there are 5 of the cells. Let's say I'm going to count them off as 1, 2, 3. I'm going to count 1 to 7, starting in the bottom left-hand corner. So over here is where I will start as I'll start as 1 there. So 1, 2, 3 seems to have a body in it with glowing. They all seem to have glowing runes in them.
Okay.
3 has a body in it. 5 and 6 have a corpse body, and 5 and 6 also have corpse bodies. There seems to be a figure who is not a corpse, but is kind of deteriorated from what you can tell over in cell 7. And then there's this figure in cell number 4. As I said earlier, she's kind of floating, almost suspended in the air in her cell, with the set of purple runes. I don't know if you can tell the difference. You can see the purple runes around her, whereas the other cells don't have purple runes. Those are kind of like circling her midriff and kind of holding her above the ground. She's got her kind of arms out like she would be suspended by shackles from the ceiling. Her entire body is covered in black and purple and red swirling marks. That, I mean, you've seen the one on Nyx's face, but this person seems to be covered head to toe in it.
Okay.
And
What's
she's
directly in
kind of
front of him, by the way?
Hmm?
What's directly in front of him that the dog was on? Is that anything?
That's a chandelier in the ceiling that is emitting very low power.
Okay.
The glowing thing there was just to give light to the room.
Okay. Just wanted to.
From that cell, now that you're kind of taking a minute to kind of stare, from that cell there seems to be this purple, red, black energy that is kind of flowing out of the cell and flowing back into the cell. But you can, after taking a second, you can kind of trace it flowing in and flowing out of cell 3, cell 5, cell 6, and it's creeping towards cell 7.
Okay. So
it hasn't reached there. It doesn't look like it's like moving with purpose at this time, but if it was kind of like ink in the water, it's just kind of slowly moving out. But you can tell that the source, the darkest, most richest source of the energy, is at that coming from cell block 4 or cell number 4.
Okay. Bruce would step a little closer. He wouldn't touch the stuff that's emanating out. He'd get like here, you know?
Okay.
Kind of like get a little closer to it, and then he's gonna detect magic.
Okay. It radiates magic. Non-specific school. All the cell blocks seem to radiate a mixture of abjuration, transmutation magic. More magic is coming from the cells that have obviously lit up runes, whereas cells 1 and 2 still have a faint outline of magic coming from them in that same category. But the purple-red aberrant stream of energy, you can't put a school to it, but it's definitely magic.
Okay. What does that look like when he does that?
Your magical awareness. You kind of walk forward, you kind of look in, and do you want me to describe this for you, or do you have something in mind?
I don't have anything in mind. I'll let you.
Okay. Kind of look into it. Magical awareness. Your eyes kind of flash through a series of colors. Blue, pink, red, like almost as if you're pulling in the primary colors that Z taught you when you were young about the schools of magic. And they just kind of slowly kind of transition, almost like Christmas lights, fade in, fade out, fade in, fade out, as you're looking at all of the magic around you. It's like you're scanning on different spectrums, almost of the abjuration spectrum, the conjuration spectrum, the transmutation, the necrotic, the radiant. You're just kind of swiping through all of these kinds of fields. Unfortunately, nobody can really see you doing this because you step forward and it's mostly centered around your eyes. To your left, you notice a pile of which the Iron Wardens had kind of crawled out of. There's a pile of stuff over there, and it seems to be radiating magic as well.
Okay.
Okay, Rix, Nyx. Give me the key.
It's just like, look,
You
I don't know
are-
if you're trying to get yourself and everyone else killed in the process, but that was the dumbest thing you have ever done. So,
Oh no,
Right
I've
now.
done much worse. And you're
That's
the last
true.
person. You are the last person I'm gonna give this key to. I'm gonna go give it to Kiz. Bye. And he walks away from her.
I was thinking Julia should have it.
I don't care
But
what
it
you
doesn't.
think.
Bruce is going to turn back around. So there's a really strong presence of abjuration magic and an untyped one that I don't really know what it is. Also that pile.
Z's gonna get real curious with Bruce identifying magic like that, so she's gonna wander in and investigate.
I've got to fix myself up a minute, but we should probably look at what that is. Maybe see what we can do about prisoners down there.
Okay, Z, as you kind of step into that room, you're kind of overcoming it. You kind of get an almost immediate sense of why you didn't like this room. However, I am still going to need you to roll me an Arcana check on top of your investigation.
Okay, good. I hope the Arcana works out better for me than an investigation did, because ugh.
I don't know why these people were imprisoned, but it doesn't feel right to leave them in here.
Still being kind of shaken. I mean, you've gotten over the initial fear that you felt of this room. But this is a room that's designed to hold people who use magic. Specifically, it's designed to hold people who have dragon marks.
Why would a research facility
And
have
it's the aberrant
cells?
mark light, right? So Z would assume that these are all people with aberrant marks. Would that be logical or not with the low rolls?
It's funny you think that. The stream emanating from cell 4 is definitely aberrant colored. However, the lights of the runes in all of the rooms are very much true dragon mark colored. Blues and greens.
Okay, so there's one aberrant mark and the rest are true dragon marks.
You're still not sure. That Arcana check was not enough for you to kind of put together enough of a theory at this time.
Does he explain any of what she's figuring out?
Yes. So she'd come over to Bruce and what were you sensing about where? Don't touch anything because, well, you're probably safe because you don't have a dragon mark. At least not right now, but I don't know how this is going to work. Anyway, can you point out what was doing what before that you were sensing the magic? That's really cool. But what would Z be able to identify what spell that was?
Having not been there, having not seen it, I mean, him saying I sense magic of this kind and something I don't know makes you lean towards detect magic because you know it. That's a fundamental for you.
Okay.
I mean, you also didn't see Bruce cast anything.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I was in the other room.
I went and got my my lantern of revealing.
Bruce is gonna poke at the pile. By the way, where did I get this axe and this shield?
They're cool.
Oh.
We paid a lot of money for them.
That's cool.
The shield is magic. There was something about it. You had the keyword to activate it.
As you kind of notice on the
She's,
shield,
tying the robe.
What's your passive perception, Bruce?
12.
Okay, as you kind of look down at the shield, you're holding it, looking at it. You kind of move your arm a little bit. You see that in what looks like maybe your writing, it's a little bit cleaner and a little more scripty than your writing was that you remember. But you can kind of make out that it's your own writing. You see a word kind of scribbled in there, maybe as a note to yourself to remind you that that's the word you need to use if you want to use the magic of the shield.
Huh.
Meanwhile, Nyx is totally tying the robe around herself to right now to just kind of so it doesn't
Cover
fall
up.
off.
Kind of tie a knot for you. Roll me a performance check.
Me? A performance?
Yeah, roll me a performance check.
Oh crap. Sorry, give me a sec.
When it's our turn.
So, Jalira, Kiz, I noticed you kind of moved into the room. Jalira has grabbed her lantern and brought it in with her. Nothing seems to emanate from it doesn't seem to reveal anything that nobody hasn't seen yet. Its aura is not identifying any things that are hidden or invisible. Kizriel, what are you doing when you walk in the room? I mean, for me, with Jalira bringing her lantern in the room means she's kind of looking around, kind of seeing.
Well, I'm fiddling with the key that Rix gave me because I'm not sure why I was given it. I'm avoiding really approaching Nyx and Rix because I don't want to deal with it, the drama. But then
That's
I'm also
fine.
looking. But on the other hand, I'm looking at these people and pondering the room. I know what I think is going on. I haven't decided if Kiz has really picked up on that yet, but she does want. She's gonna say, guys, I mean, I know they were probably imprisoned, but that was 20. It was 20, or was it 30?
It's 20.
20 years ago.
Sorry, I should know this. That was 20 years ago. They've been in here for 20 years. I mean, do they seem conscious, or are they just kind of frozen?
The corpses in cells 3, 5, and 6 look pretty dead to you.
I'm more focused on red-dressed lady and Mr. T.
Mm-hmm. Red-dressed lady isn't dressed in red. Red lady is covered in aberrant dragon mark.
So she's naked? Okay, fascinating.
Other guy in the corner, he looks like he's a little underfed. He hasn't eaten a meal in a while. Would you like to go over to the cell, maybe look a little closer?
Yeah, but I think I'm gonna go, give the purple stuff a birth.
Okay.
Does he seem aware?
No, he kind of seems to be almost asleep on the floor.
I wonder if they're supposed to wake them up once in a while and give them some food. But he survived because of of his imprisonment. I don't know, guys.
Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Yeah. 7.
Doing good, guys. Doing good.
Doing great, guys. Okay.
Except for my perception checks.
The figure in cell 7 is medium stature, has a brownish mass of a beard on his face. And his right arm, though the token depicts one, it seems to end at the shoulder. Like, he's got a little bit of a stump coming off the shoulder, and that's about it. Other than that, you're kind of like the brightness of the runes compared to the darkness of the room. It's kind of throwing you off, and you're kind of like, you're trying to give that purple streaming magic a little bit of a berth. Like, you don't want to get too close and up in there and kind of look in the bars. So,
I don't know, guys. My vote is to let him out, and just tell him he needs to go to the Mournlands. He's on his own, whatever his crime was.
Okay.
I don't
Sure, if
really.
you think that's the right thing to do, if we can figure it out, I'm fine with it.
Maybe he knows the secrets of the Mournland.
Or the facility.
That would be cool. Maybe he could help us.
Did Kenneth drop his arm off?
Or he blew his arm off.
Did Bruce find anything poking around in the pile?
Poking around the pile. Roll me an investigation check. With advantage.
I thought that's why Nyx was putting a rope around herself and she's going to go down in it.
Oh no,
her,
I'm tying my clothes together.
Her performance check actually ends up leaving her in kind of this almost like slightly stylized ties. Like, she knows enough about knots to kind of like set up where the tears are and keep them so like tastefully consider like, and how she's kind of reassembled her clothes as best she can.
Nice.
16.
16. Fairly quickly, you find a gemstone orb, quartz in nature, so kind of a translucent clear, with a little bit of kind of milky veins running through it. It seems to have a little kind of almost glowing white light on the inside, in the very center, almost a little bit of a pulse. In fact, it looks oddly familiar to you as you kind of look down at the handle of your axe, which seems to have a very similar pulse. of white, like in the very center of the vein of metal that's holding your axe heads together. You find what looks like 2 pieces of parchment that are rolled up and tied together with a thong. Not a dress, not an underwear thong, but a thong of leather. Yeah, tie of leather. We'll go with that. What looks like a pair of goggles and what looks to be a prosthetic limb.
Well, Bruce the Younger has not learned anything about not touching things, so he's gonna grab the stuff. He's like, hey guys, I found some stuff over here.
Oh.
He's gonna put the goggles like up to his eyes and look around.
Any devices?
I found an arm.
Please make an arm wave.
The arm.
Yeah, I wonder where the arm came from.
Bruce has the goggles up to his eyes. As he turns around, he has the goggles up to his eyes, and he waves the arm. Found an arm.
Nice.
You hold the goggles up to your eyes, you don't notice anything really different. But they're definitely of arcane, like you can tell that they've got, so they're definitely an item of arcane make.
Oh.
Do I recognize them?
They're
Can I
like
see
magic goggles.
Roll me a Arcana check.
Okay.
With advantage.
Can I see him, or should I be helping?
The goggles.
I was thinking the
I found
goggles.
I found some paper with thongs. Found the court.
We should.
Okay, so
Do they look like spell scrolls from my time with Z and?
no, they don't.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Bruce would probably hand everything to Jalira but the paper things, and then he would open the paper things and see what they are.
Okay, as you kind of pass the goggles over, Nick's kind of eyeballing them a little bit. They look very similar to some of the symbols and sigils you see etched on them. Look very similar to the Warforged goggles components that you seem to have. Double check.
Are they
all
dark
my stuff here.
vision goggles, Jalira? Do you think?
Do they look like the dark vision goggles that we got off the Warforges before?
It
Only an
looks
Arcana
similar.
check, Jalira.
Handsome.
You can roll it with advantage because Nyx is there helping you.
Also, I
Oh, I'm glad you had advantage. Rip.
Oh,
Like at first glance, you're like, no, these are nothing. These are nothing. Wait, no. I
Oh,
do
they were
recognize
upside
the
down.
symbol.
Yeah, no, I see it now. I see it now.
Good ones.
So good.
Nice.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, from what you can tell, they're probably goggles of dark vision.
do they look like the same kind or different than the ones that I tried to give Pipes? Not Pipes. Tongs.
They're very similar. The ones that you gave tongues are specifically designed as a Warforged component. Like they specifically attach and detach to Warforges, so it's a little bit more seamless, and you're not entirely sure, but they seem like pretty similar things.
Okay.
I mean, you hold them up to your eyes, you don't really see a difference because you already have dark vision. Bruce, you look a little bit closer at those pieces of parchment wrapped up?
Yep, that's what he was doing. He was gonna start opening those and taking a look.
Okay. You kind of unwrap them. You kind of unroll it out, and you see what look like pictures of naked people that have tattoos on them. And at the very bottom of one of the sheet, at the very bottom of the first sheet you look at, there seems to be kind of a little adhesive holding a tattoo needle to the piece of parchment. You go to unroll the second one. The first one is it looks like almost these elegantly written out globinoid glyphs that show like like somebody drawing along fingers and a hand with this kind of writing, whereas the second one seems to go up the arm and looks almost like sigils of abjuration mixed in with tribal glyphs.
I found Caneth Erotica.
There's also a needle kind of adhesive with a little bit of adhesive on both sheets.
He's gonna like probably go to pull one of the needles.
Okay, kind of bink. After studying it for just a second,
as a toothpick.
After studying it for a second, you kind of actually recognize it. It takes you a second, but you recognize it as a tattoo needle, similar in style to the ones that were used that you got when you got your tattoo placed.
Oh, that's interesting. So are these like hold on, he's like looking at the paper again and looking. Do you think these are like a how-to on how to make tattoos?
Nix's look over. She's like, to look at that.
Roll me an Arcana check, Nix.
Bruce would like hand her one, and he's trying to call Z over.
Yeah, roll it with advantage because Bruce is all like, I think this might be arcane.
I'd like to put.
After glancing at it, you're pretty sure that this is. You've heard of this. You've heard of magical tattoos. You actually had expressed interest to some people in the past about getting them, but you never gotten the gold enough to attain one. So you're fairly sure that these are instructions for specific. You're not able to identify what these tattoos do, but they're definitely arcane tattoos of some kind.
Cool.
By the way, I took the goggles over to Kizriel, stuck it on her, and started trying to adjust them to fit Kiz.
Oh,
Okay.
I think Rex needs to be better.
Well, he could always just.
Like-
You always are the one that seems to be.
Well, so Rex is more likely.
Israel, she puts these goggles on your face, and the room just boom. You can almost like immediately see. You're like,
Oh, okay. Cool. I just ask Rex before you modify him.
I was just gonna test the straps. And
Oh, you were
see
just
how-
trying to. Okay, yeah, it's definitely dark vision goggles. I take them off. I see stars for a little bit.
because everything seems a little bit darker. It's a little bit harder to see.
But I mean, I can still see this guy. I'm still pondering this guy. I went ahead and pulled out the blue key, so I've got the green key and a blue key ready.
There seem to be no gems in which to insert keys.
Hello, Homura.
Is anybody else creeped out by the fact that the purple stuff is connecting to dead bodies?
Oh no, it's probably gonna eat him.
Yeah.
I just
like
feel
I
like
think
he's
this is
gonna
already.
die if we don't take him, even if he is a criminal.
Oh, you're right. The trail
I-
isn't all the way to him yet.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I mean-
Rick, what are you
Well,
doing?
she's not a dead body like the
Rix
other lady.
is just sitting there listening.
I think Aberrant
To
Marcus.
them trying to figure out what's going on. He is curious about the room, but he's like, they got it handled. That's what Rix is doing right now.
I don't know whether that level of trust is a good thing or a bad thing.
Okay, I need you to roll. I need you to roll me a brooding check.
I'm not brooding. He's just chilling there. He's like, whatever.
I mean,
If you're even
obviously,
more broody.
that woman was arrested for having aberrant marks. It's a Candace facility. That is her crime. But it kind of looks like her aberrantness is sucking the life out of people around her.
Which is probably good that we're not considering releasing her, right?
I mean,
Rix calls from the hallway.
I thought you said this was a Caneth research facility.
Yeah.
They've had a
mean-
lot of.
Have we ever heard of someone being
Kenneth?
absolutely covered?
Caneth is not a government. They can't arrest people.
Z, roll me for roll me an Arcana check with advantage.
This is more like a college. They've got dormitories. They're gonna have their own police.
This
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, it's
I
not
really
like
need to roll again with advantage.
Yeah, it was a roll with advantage.
I mean, if
Black-
this is a Kenneth research facility, they're not a police force. That means it wasn't like they arrested her here. She was brought here. And if it's a research facility, they probably brought her here to research her.
or
The houses
they're
think
the only ones with powerful enough to hold them.
houses think they're above the law. I wouldn't put it
There's
past them
plenty
to
of
just
that.
kidnap somebody.
Jalira, roll me a perception check.
Maybe we can vote on whether to let her out. She might be innocent, but I think she's dangerous.
I
Something
mean,
catches your eye in one of the corners of her cell.
Oh no. She's gonna go for a dragon shard, isn't she?
dives over that straight into.
Last time he came across a dragon shard, Rix took it and he ended up a warlock.
No, last time I
Wait,
came
no,
across
no.
the dragon shard.
We were into a dragon shard. Bruce came back different.
I was like, that
So
wasn't
we're 2 for 2 then.
Okay, now while you're kind of moving up and kind of staring at it and looking at it, Z, what are you actively looking? Oh, you roll your Arcana check.
Yeah.
Z, you've heard of special individuals amongst the Dragon Mark houses that are considered more abundantly blessed than any other bearers of Dragon Marks. You've heard them called bearers of Sybaris marks, and they're marks that tend to take up larger portions than any other marks do. They tend to take up full bodies, full chests. So you know of you've heard of dragon marks that of somebody's dragon mark that it kind of extends all the way up his back and up onto his balding head, and then it almost kind of like stretches out onto his shoulders, down parts of his arms. These people are like maybe 3 in every generation.
Okay.
Across the entire country.
The country or the world?
Yes. It's like America. So, yes.
Having not been anywhere else.
From Corvair's perspective, yes, the entire world.
Having been raised in Sharn, you probably ascribe to that. So, but they're very rare. They're very special, and they tend to be a lot more powerful than that of even the more advanced dragon marks that you've met within your house.
Does she seem aware?
No. Would you like to roll me an investigation check, Jalira?
Yeah.
With
Uh,
advantage?
When Z came over, he was showing her the tattoos and stuff.
Okay.
Out of curiosity, he's going to use his detection again on the paper itself and the needle. And I mean everything.
Can you just do that at will?
If he reads the instructions, he's got X many times he can do it per long rest. So don't get too jealous.
You indeed are able to sense that they are magical in front of you.
So they themselves are magical?
The tattoo, the tattoo needle themselves hold a bit of magic in it. The scroll, it's not so much the scroll, but definitely the needle is registering magic.
Bruce is gonna take the needle and like put it next to his skin.
Z is gonna try to grab the stupid needle away from
See,
Bruce.
I need you to make me a perception check. Bruce, I need you to make me a sleight of hand check.
I'm waiting for the contested grapple check.
I was gonna say any sort of advantage because Z's like looking at stuff, but I don't think even with advantage, I'd have to roll a natural 20 to meet her. Bruce does not have a lot of sleight of hand.
Oh man!
So close. So close.
How far does he get before she notices with a 19?
You've kind of like started to kind of like turn like just kind of moving your hand to the side, just kind of looking down. As you kind of get the needle there, you kind of something on your armor kind of the shoulder thing kind of clicks or twitches, and it kind of catches like almost supernaturally catches her ear, and she looks down and she sees you.
Bruce is not wearing the shoulder thing.
Oh, that's right. You're not. Maybe it's the creaking of taut muscle in your arm. I'm not sure how to go for it.
It just flexes so hard.
His muscle pops.
Something about Z's awareness of things around her being on hyper edge in this room. Like she kind of snaps her head down as she kind of sees your hands kind of coming a little bit lower out of direct line of sight of anybody as you look like you're kind of bending over the pile because you do see more things in the pile that are still lit up.
Oh.
But as you kind of like, you're kind of like look at like the tattoo needle catches your eyes as the last thing that you look at the pile. You see more, and you're like, ooh. Like the needle kind of starts to like you get pressure on the skin. But Z, can you roll me? Can you guys roll me a contested grappling check? Z, you need to roll with athletics. Bruce, you can choose athletics or acrobatics, your choice.
Athletics.
You're like without a doubt.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Are you serious? Are you serious right now?
That's
You're
it.
having
I'm
my
burning-
problem, dude.
I'm burning a
Still
rage.
a half one.
Burning a rage. Give it back.
Unfortunately,
You
the
have
check is already
another
rolled.
needle.
It wouldn't give you that. So she kind of stops you from putting it in your. She stops you. She like grabs your hand and keeps you from putting it into your skin. Is there anything you'd like to say to her?
What does she say? You just sitting there like.
Just glaring at you.
Z's been a little distracted, but she's like, you don't just play with magic like that. You don't know what this does.
Bruce pokes himself with a needle.
The needle draws blood.
Quality.
You now have a needle prick in your wherever you poked yourself.
Just like in the forearm.
You have a
Just a
needle
needle.
hole now. Like just a kind of
See,
drop
nothing.
of blood starts to kind of rise up from the little prick of skin there. I need Nyx. I need you to roll me a D100.
I just want to,
Oh, no.
before it gets too far up the list, I do want to remind the DM that Julia rolled a natural 20 for investigating red cell.
I saw it.
Okay,
14.
continue, Nyx. Sorry.
Some part of you, Nyx, feels this slight kind of surge of anger as you see the interplay and the exchange between Z and Bruce, and then when Bruce pokes himself and you see the little speck of blood start to wheel up, like it's almost like as if it flares up. Roll me a wisdom saving throw.
What?
Wisdom saving throw.
She's a vampire.
That's the last thing she used.
Wisdom saving throw. Wisdom
We
saving
did
throw.
meet the Fistani. Anything is possible.
We did meet a vampire.
14. Like you have this almost sudden urge to like just let like cold cock Bruce from behind for doing something so stupid, but you kind of like you contain it, you control it for a second. You're just like,
Does she? Does she?
I feel like the DC should be really high considering what she's got inside of her.
So
We
she's
just-
not
she just
gonna
wanna see it happen.
totally give him an attack. She's gonna smack him on the back of the head, though.
you just feel this. whop.
While she's
Ow.
smacking him on the back of the head, can I make a grab for the other needle?
Oh my gosh, you're gonna stab yourself.
In the meantime, while all this is going down,
What
Lyra,
do I need to roll to grab the other needle?
we'll get there. Jalira, the thing that seemed to catch your eye, kind of in the back left corner of the cell, it's what drew you over there. There's a small about yay big.
Does
It's
it look
open.
familiar?
Box, right? Not box.
And it looks very familiar to you.
Does it look like the spellbinding box?
And as you look, you see
The schema box.
3 more open small boxes in her cell.
She's just been drinking those.
Well, like it was near the schema. The schemas were like
That might
DVDs,
explain what
right?
happened here.
They released 3 spells at once. Why did she have? Is it the spellbinding boxes that they look like?
Yeah, I thought the boxes were
what
like
it looked
big,
like.
but the schema was like outside of it, like this big. Right?
Like the schema is, the size of Bruce's hand, whereas these boxes are like
Okay. So they're not our goal. They are tempting.
What,
They are a goal.
And they are in the cell with the lady covered in aberrant dragon mark.
they've all been
Sucking
opened.
the life out of her cell neighbors.
There does not seem to be anything in them.
Mage hand.
Does she have it? I don't think she has it prepared. She still has guidance prepared.
Oh, that's
Crossbow
true.
bolt with a rope tied to it.
Well,
Someone-
Harpoon.
well, I guess if we're if we're jumping away from the needle drama, I might turn to Rix and ask him if he has any ideas about opening it.
He's kind of looking at the door. I mean, my investigation isn't that great, but can I try to observe to see what can be done about opening the doors?
Sure, you can take a closer look at the doors without getting into the purple, and go ahead, since Kiz is like offering her advice and pointing things out. Go ahead and make that check at advantage.
Oh man, I can't wait to completely bomb this at advantage.
I think I'm gonna describe to Z what I saw in the meantime.
Yeah, 13.
Super important. Guara is still trying to tear this thing apart.
All of Bruce's suspicions that this is a dangerous animals are being confirmed.
Okay, first off, we'll deal with Rix and Nick. Or sorry, Rix over here. Rix and Kiz. There's no obvious hinge, lock, or opening on these cell doors. Like, you're kind of looking at it, they look like they're bars that are set into the wall. Which for you is really weird because you swore you either heard or saw or something. Those cell doors opened. You were being dragged into one.
Those
and
chains were
yet
trying to get me.
There seems to be no way to open these doors.
I'm
And while you're studying that, Guara is pulling something away, and Guara, because she's like right there and focused on it, Guara is kind of the only one who notices that bits of it are starting to pull back to itself.
She tears at it faster. Like you know, like when the cat like is attacking something, it just starts wiggling.
Mm-hmm.
or a dog just whips its head around trying to shake it to death.
She's kind of like separating and clawing and moving things away, and yet whenever she stops on a certain section, that section slowly starts to move closer and slowly starts to knit itself back together.
You should throw them in the cells.
Ooh.
I think
I mean,
are
Nick's-
any of the cells open? Still, I know one of them
the cells are
shut.
open.
I know at least one of them shut. Okay, so they're all closed.
When one shut, the other one shut as well.
Oh, okay.
So we got a time limit.
Oh man, I want to do something, but I'm going to get yelled at again for doing it.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Meanwhile,
Bruce-
in the tattoo,
Bruce is fighting over a needle right now.
No, this is so much worse.
I mean, Kiz is just gonna be like, does anybody know dispel magic? That's the
You
only
got
thing I can
dispel
think
magic.
of.
I
Do
think
you
it's-
do?
Yeah, I've got Dispel Magic. I
Okay.
think that I have it up.
We might go talk to you after you're done with whatever it is you're doing.
Fighting over a needle.
Fighting over the needle. What exactly? How has that progressed? Is he gonna try and you said you were trying to pull the needle away again?
Well, I grabbed the second needle from him, right? So then he had I grabbed the first needle from him and he had the second needle and poked himself with it. Nick came up and whacked him on the back of the head, and I wanted to grab the needle away while Nix was distracting him.
I think what he had said with the first needle is you had stopped him from poking himself, but you hadn't
You
taken
grabbed the needle. You had managed to grab his hand before he could jab it into him.
At which point
he not go for the needle.
At which point he then jabbed himself with it.
So if you'd like to try and grab for that needle.
Guys, we're so stupid. How did we make it this far?
So are you trying to grab that needle out of his hand again?
Yes.
Okay, roll me another athletics check. Bruce, defend it.
Come
With
on.
advantage?
Oh.
Wait,
With
which one was at advantage?
Bruce, you had advantage.
All right, we'll try.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Like you kind of go for it, and Bruce's gut reaction because it's small and he can contain it. He just kind of closes his hand, and you're sitting there. You're like grabbing at his hand, trying to open his fingers. I think you've even probably bit him on the arm at this point, trying to get him to let go. But he's just kind of put it into his hand and is holding it.
Once in a generation, aberrant marked woman floating in a cell, and she's biting me over a needle.
Bruce, would you roll me a
A dexterity saving throw?
Yeah.
Okay. Would my danger sense apply?
Yeah.
While they're arguing over this, can I just steal the scrolls out of Bruce's other hand?
And you keep from stabbing yourself with the needle as you kind of palm it into your hand. Unless you'd like to just stab yourself with a needle as you palm it into your hand in spite.
No. He does want to try it later. I have to try the 2 needle.
Okay. Roll me a sleight of hand, Moons, guys. Bruce, what's your passive perception?
Would it be against his passive athletics? Because he's holding it. Nah, she would win. That's a, 20, that's a natural 20 and a 23.
Just whoop, whoop.
He has no idea.
He's shaking. He's like, "Hey, stop it!" You can look at the other things, and there's more stuff down there.
She's satisfied.
Nick's just kind of walks away. Bruce, roll me or high or low.
Low.
Good to know. You never declared which piece of parchment you pulled the needle off of, so that determines which piece of parchment which tattoo needle you happen to get. So
okay,
they different.
Okay. Nyx moves away. Jalira, what are you doing?
Well, I mentioned what I saw to Zanim. I was studying it, so I might not have noticed that she was completely distracted at the time.
You were like dead set eyeballing the stuff, and you're saying things to
There's
Zanim.
3 of the things.
Zanim is all like, "Give it!
Ow!
That's great. This is the entertainment right now.
Yelling at him, "Don't be dumb!" Which I'm sure is triggering him, but that's what would come on. That's what Z would be yelling. Don't be dumb!
Environments of chaos.
What would shake her off?
This is the perfect storm. My gosh.
Okay, so maybe I finally noticed that they're doing something.
I'll ask Rix what he thinks of asking Zanim to do dispel magic.
He kind of glances over his shoulder, hears her yelling, "Don't be dumb," and he's like, "Yeah, we should take care of that before that develops into something else." Hey, Zanim!
Bruce, you
I
said you'd like to
just
shake
need
her
to
off?
stop him from playing with magic needles, and then I'll be there. And
Can
she's
you-
like whacking at him.
Could you roll me a shove attack if you're trying to get her off of your arm?
Oh my god.
What is,
No,
Hold on,
she
what is-
doesn't fall.
Bruce is gonna say whatever that magic word is to make the shield protect him.
Zaneem, I need you to roll me a dexterity saving throw.
No, don't fall, don't fall.
Oh man, I'm here for this. This is. Oh, she's fine.
Okay. You
It's
do find
almost
yourself.
gold.
You do find yourself forcibly pushed off of Bruce as this arcane energy, like, emanates from the shield and just pushes you off of him. It doesn't like push you farther. It doesn't push you distance, and it doesn't push you down. And it certainly, very luckily, doesn't push you into the purple energy that you're standing on.
Bruce is gonna like look at the shield, like, whoa. That was cool.
It only
No?
happens a couple
Yes,
times.
with magic, you don't understand.
Speaking of magic,
Don't mess magic you don't understand. You're not the one that found it.
I forgot. I forgot.
I love young Bruce.
Magic. I know what I'm talking about.
You
So
know,
anyway, I think we can get rid of these bars with a dispel magic, because otherwise, there's no way he's coming out of here.
Why don't you use the dogs?
How?
I don't think the dogs like us.
I mean, they were trying to drag him into the cell.
No, it was definitely the chains. The dogs were just sort of transport there.
Yeah.
Uh,
Alright, Bruce is gonna go back to digging in the pile for the other things he detected.
Okay. Having cast a second detect magic, you're able to recover the items that you had not previously found with your initial investigation check. You managed to find 2 strips of leather, about yay long. So about
Thongs,
12
you
inches-
might say?
Thongs, yes. 2 thongs of leather that seem to emanate magic, as well as
Magic underwear.
a ring. You find a ring. And you
Do
find
any particular types of magic, or just that they're magic items?
the
Or
strips
they
of leather.
radiate magic?
The strips of leather just seem to radiate magic. Let me double check the ring real quick. Yeah, I don't wanna lie to you.
I think for the most part,
I
magic
mean, I've done it
items
before,
just
but-
detect as magic. You know, unless they...
Unless they have a very specific thing that they do. This one, in this case,
I found a ring and some leather.
this one also just kind of it generates a strong aura of magic. As well as you find a green key charm, 3 blue key charms, a yellow key charm,
Ooh.
and 2 vials of slightly glowing blue liquid.
Bruce is like holding all this in his arms. He's like, I found some stuff.
Roll me a perception check real quick.
Bruce?
Yeah.
Nice.
I found some stuff.
That's what I figured. Cool.
Nice.
I was assuming it, but I figured I'd have you roll it just in case.
I mean, he's got a +2. You know, it's not the worst.
I mean, it would have been the same for me, and I have a +7. Like, I would have gotten a 5 somehow.
I didn't know you could roll a -2.
I don't know.
So-
Dude, roll 20 hates my perception checks, man.
I found some potions. I found some leather. I found a ring. I think, were those things you were making the hallways disappear and reappear with?
Keys.
Okay, I found like a yellow and a green and a blue.
Ooh, a yellow. That one, Kiz didn't say that, just Larissa.
that might be. Those are important for us to go any further.
Bruce holds his arms out like, I don't know what these are.
Nyx is gonna go over and she'll gather up stuff and put it in her bag.
Okay.
Okay.
Nick, make me a
I guess
perception check.
Z can look at those later,
Who?
or Cherry, or...
You.
Okay.
If Bruce could, he would have opened up one of the blue potions and smelled it.
Dang it.
Oh man, we're on
We
one tonight, guys.
We're all
We are-
gonna die.
On one
On
tonight.
one of your more recent, one of your more recent sailing jobs that you're kind of pulling up from, when you were on the boat, a couple days ago with Torith. you guys, she treated you to a very special wine that she had purchased at your last stop. Smelling of tropical flavors. It was sweet and smooth, and just that smell just kind of wafts into your nose as you take a sniff of the potion.
Love potion.
Huh. Smells like tropical... It's like blueberries.
I'm
We're
gonna
just
go
gonna
ahead and
taste
smell
it.
it too. Oh, if not.
Bruce kind of puts it up to his lips and tastes it.
Guys, I'm not sure how long we should stay.
As you kind of taste it, your detect magic goes off.
Automatically?
Like it just get without even conscious. You already have it kind of not conscious, but it just the second the liquid touches your lips, your detect magic just boop, pings.
Wow. Whoa. Okay. That was weird. Did everything just taste like magic for a second?
Magic has a taste.
Tastes good too.
That was interesting.
A potion of detect magic sounds cool.
Okay. Yeah, I think this thing might help you detect magic or whatever.
Maybe it can help us identify what's going on in her cell.
I mean, I can't tell you what that is.
I'm concerned about the amount of time we're spending in here. I think we should probably start wrapping it up soon.
Yes.
Bruce is gonna grab the dog behind him and drag it over to the cell that Rix is in front of.
Okay. So as
Oh
you're
my gosh.
grabbing the dog, you feel it twitch. You kind of turn around and smash it. You see that where you had crushed where you severed its spine with your axe has slowly started to knit itself back together. It hadn't finished completely healing, but you can tell that it was well on its way to making itself whole.
Cool.
Can Bruce decapitate it?
I tried to have Guara do that with her kill, but
Like everybody kind of now looks like you kind of sees you attack it. They look around. You guys kind of now notice that Guara has been very frantically trying to keep pieces of it away from itself. Like she's pouncing on one piece to push it away, leaping and pouncing on another piece to keep it away. And you can kind of see now that it's slowly starting to migrate and pull itself back together.
Hey, what happens if you put a piece into the bag of holding?
Or into another cell.
just pull a piece and throw it into a cell.
Yeah,
Bruce
I'm gonna
chops off
totally
the
do that.
head, and then turns and tosses the head to Rix.
Does any pieces of it look like it
Thanks.
could possibly be adapted into some sort of device later?
Just grab a few pieces, throw it in your bag. We won't judge you.
Rix is gonna take the head and start moving it toward the bars to see what happens.
Okay. So, Jalira, roll me an Arcana check.
Oh, it's gonna go.
Roll an advantage because you're looking for pieces.
I mean, Gora's been trying to kind of.
Oh, snap.
Well done. Yeah, you
Holy
definitely
cow,
see-
girl.
You definitely see that there are some things that you can harvest from this. There's some, what looks like adamantine plating. It's not enough to have given it the defenses that you're used to adamantine doing, but enough to kind of strip it for small parts or things that you could make. You find a couple of orange glowing gems. They don't seem to glow as brightly as they did when you first got in, and when you pull it off, it almost loses all of its glow, but it still maintains a very pinprick amount in the very center of the shard. And you find 3 of those. Gora, unfortunately, has managed to crush or rip or maim the ones from the corpse in the middle of the room.
She's very proud.
Like, she went for things that looked like they were moving, so...
She's presenting you the destroyedness of it. Like a dead mouse.
While Rix is using the head to poke at the one, Bruce is going to take its body over to this cell here and just kind of put it near the bars.
Okay. You kind of put it near the bars, nothing happens. Rix, as you have the head and you kind of push it up, you see that the stone almost melts away on both sides, and you see a lock in front of you that it looks like almost a traditional key.
And there's no special color or anything?
Nope.
Well,
detect
it's not opening the door, but if we have a key, we can unlock it.
I thought you were really good with locks.
Well,
I'm gonna need someone to hold this head. Here, Kiz.
Yeah, she'll do it. But we could just try the blue and the green key just because they're here.
What do you need me to?
It's not terrible.
better than mine.
Is it positive?
Do you want me to? It is not negative.
Okay, then you manage to like kind of, Rix kind of drops the head in your hand, but like kind of like steers its snout so it's close to where it was, because he doesn't want to lose the effect of whatever it's doing.
Okay.
Rick.
What am I rolling for my thieves' tools?
I need a dexterity check.
Dexterity with proficiency.
Correct.
All right.
Are you like expertise with them? Or...
Yeah, double proficiency because I have expertise. Yes, thank you.
It's a rogue.
Well, you can choose not to get it.
I know.
28.
Okay.
Dang.
There's a click clack, and the lock opens.
Nice. That feels kind of good, guys.
It's
It's nice to know that it's more than just my attacks.
I also like how we clearly thought through doing this instead of just realizing we could and doing it immediately.
Shh. We're all making decisions today.
Well, we were discussing.
Not all of them are good decisions.
The body, having done nothing to the other cell, Bruce just kind of looks at it, turns, and then tosses it into the purple stuff.
Okay.
I made the bad decisions.
I never said that.
My guess is that stuff sucks life force, and that there's not the. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I kind of am curious what happens as Nyx approaches
I will
it.
compliment Rex. Be like, oh, cool. That's cool.
Thank you. Thanks. I can take that off your hands. And he takes it back so you don't have to carry it.
Okay. Did you throw it into the purple stuff? The spots where Jalera had kind of pulled off 3 of the crystals immediately start growing more crystals. And you see everywhere you've broken it, it's starting to knit back faster.
Oh, that's
But
cool.
it has no head.
No, or whatever pieces.
Israel.
Is it? Wait, it's regrowing the pieces I took.
He gave me
Israel?
the head.
I need you to make me a strength saving throw.
Well, did you successfully take the head back, Rex, or we'll go ahead and do?
Yeah, he did. He took the head back from you.
Okay.
Or are they both holding it so it's a strength saving throw with advantage?
I'll roll anyway. Let the DM decide.
I mean, we have the
Right,
same
roll
strength, so it doesn't make a
throw.
difference. Huh?
Roll me a strength saving throw. If you guys are kind of like in mid-exchange and Bruce is like, huh, toss.
Well, I'm proficient in strength saves, but obviously that didn't do me a whole lot of good.
Yep. Back to form.
There's 0 chance Bruce can catch the head as it goes flying towards him, is there? With his danger sense?
He's trying. Good try. Good try.
I'm trying. We'll see.
Okay. I offer you a choice.
Okay.
Both you and Kiz, Rix and Kiz. Do you let go of the head or do you hold on to it?
We'll hold it. We weren't
Hold on.
expecting it to do something.
Yeah, hold on to it.
Okay. You
We're gonna
two
get
find
dragged.
yourself pulled into the purple as it's going to the purple, and the purple will eventually reconnect the head faster.
Oh no, what have we done?
I need both of you to make wisdom saving throws.
Go, 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 go.
So many great decisions in your
I'm great at those. Oh no, I'm not great at them.
Oh gosh.
Guys, content. This is the content.
Guys, this is it.
Kizriel. As you get dragged closer and closer to the purple, something flashes hot and almost painful on your arm, and you're able to kind of like throw yourself out of the purple, but you watch as your dragon mark on your forearm starts to almost pulse, and you see kind of leeching lines of purple in it.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Can I grab it, Rix? Pull him out.
Rick, you are
I'm nat one. Sorry.
you're unconscious. You're kind of not with the rest of the group. You find yourself in this lovely feather bed.
Oh, that's nice.
It's calm. You hear the bustle of Sharn outside, and you are just kind of like, life is good.
Dope.
I'm gonna run to my brother as soon as I get a chance.
Quark, come help me.
Man, that all the times for a nat one, guys.
Rix, we'll talk about what happens here at a later date.
Oh no.
Is Rick's dead?
In the meantime, kind of leave you in this suspended state.
Oh no.
So, I need initiative orders of everybody right now.
Oh, there's a bar back there.
Oh no, this is what we talked about, my possibilities. Ah. I'm so
Okay.
excited.
Damn.
Oh,
Hey, I got
yeah.
that 20 again!
Boy, Bruce is not ready for this.
No, he's not.
No, he's busy fighting off his sister who's trying to keep him from being dumb.
She left him alone.
Oh god.
Left him alone.
Oh god. Oh god. This is bad.
I like how this entire time we've completely ignored the godlike figure in the room and just sticked with everything else.
Except for Jalira, who's trying to get everyone's attention.
She's like, she's got 3 of those boxes. She's got 3 of those boxes.
We're just gonna create a new encounter.
Guess what? There's three dead bodies and one not dead body, and there were 4 boxes in there and one not opened.
Oh, they have their soul in there?
I have
that's
no
not what
idea.
that guy will pay for.
I don't know. It could have been something else. It could have
I'd
been
rather
just
give those to a cleric to see if they can, like, help those souls move on or whatever.
Bet you that ring. Bet you that ring could have really
no.
helped us right now.
Kiz's initiative was 16.
16.
Yeah,
Z, what was your initiative?
guys,
20.
this could go
20?
so many different ways.
Cherry, what's your initiative?
16.
I'm dying.
Rix, oh wait, no, never mind. No,
I'm
what's your
unconscious, dude.
23.
Hi, puppy. Hi, puppy.
23.
I don't know why, Mike, but you're quieter than everyone else.
I'm sorry, I apologize for that. Let me check my volume settings.
You might
Can
want to
hear
bring
me
your
still?
mic closer to you, by the way, as well, if possible.
Okay, is this better? Can you hear me?
Yes,
Sorry.
clear.
Quality.
Quality
content.
cog.
You become your content.
Just get a little hair clippy and clip it to your
I-
beard.
100% think we need to do a petition that's how Mike voices the Lord of Blades.
Talk like this? Okay. You are very what do you say?
Okay, we're good.
Oh man. It really doesn't like it when you try to build. It really doesn't like it when you try and build a encounter without a bad guy, does it?
Yeah.
We're gonna hide Rick for this. We're gonna hide that level 1 character for this. Okay, cool. Okay, there we go.
Fun.
Got something
Oh
built
no.
in.
Oh no.
Sorry, Lit.
Sorry.
Guys, the stream is talking to us.
16s. Okay.
I'll be right back.
Again, sorry. Give me your initiatives again. 16. Z, what was yours?
20.
Jalira, what was yours?
16.
Okay, yeah. Nix, what was yours?
23.
Bruce, yours.
2.
2. Yeah. Okay. We will.
I got nat 20.
Okay.
Oh god.
Okay. There we go. So, Nix, what is it that you would like to do at this time?
Run and get to my brother. Grab my brother.
Okay.
Yeah,
Run over to
she's-
your brother then. Go ahead and move yourself over there.
And can she just grab him and pull him out?
I would like you, as you kind of reach in and kind of into the mist to grab him, I need you to roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Of course. Of course.
Just don't let your anything aberrant get in there. Okay.
Hey, maybe she'll get like super juiced up if she touches the aberrant stuff. Like when the sky was all dragonmark colored.
Okay. Nix, you fall unconscious. However, you are not caught in the stream. Roll for me a d20.
I wanted her to be amped up.
Do I pull my brother out?
No, you kind of like reach your hand in to grab him and you fall unconscious and just kind of fall limply to the floor. Kisra, what's your passive perception? Passive perception.
12.
12. Okay. With that, you definitely notice a bright flaring light come from Nix's face as she falls to the floor. And then it is then kind of hidden under her cheek as she's lying on it. Okay. After Z, what are you doing after Nix?
So does Z see that whole Rix is unconscious, now Nix is unconscious thing?
What's your passive perception?
I don't know. 12.
12. Yes. you
No,
see.
I'm sorry. Yeah, wisdom 12.
12. Okay. You see it. Like something it's like you see the dog there, you hear oh no from Kiz or the hiss of pain as Kiz kind of pulls her arm out. You hear kind of a soft cloth body fall to the floor. You are aware that there is a situation going down.
Are they actively in the purple?
Kiz has kind of pulled herself away. Nix has pulled herself away. Rix is actively in the purple.
Okay, Z's gonna try something that's a little bit crazy, but she's gonna put the earth under the purple so she's not touching it and see if that gets him out.
Move earth affects loose dirt and gravel. It does not move stone. Z would know this before she uses that spell.
Well, dang. Alright, she's gonna try to prestidigitate around Rix and see if she can clear it out and get him away. Like, without him touching it. Before she touches him.
Okay.
She's gonna try it. She doesn't particularly expect great results, but she's gonna try it.
Okay.
She's
You
trying to
kinda
clean the air.
extend your hand, trying to waft away, like almost like Bruce-like in fashion. Like you saw Bruce cast Gust, and maybe like if you can like concentrate your prestidigitation into like swiping the air away from him. However, you cast the spell, extend your hand, and nothing seems to happen.
Okay.
Anything else you'd like to do? Move, stay where you are.
I'm gonna step away from the purple goo and come over here and see, like, I'm gonna walk over here in an attempt to try to figure out what the frick I'm doing now.
Okay.
I'm gonna save my whole family now when everybody's just, Anyway.
Okay.
Z is frustrated and angry.
I'm just gonna use this token here. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna use this token here to represent the wolf head. So, on the turn, on initiative order 20, Rix gets pulled 5 feet closer this way, and the head moves 10 feet closer this way. So the second hound signifies the wolf head returning to its body. Okay, Jalira, what would you like to do?
What if we all passed out?
We wake up in a new campaign.
Just saying.
I'll never have to stick my microphone in my mouth and be the Lord of Blades.
Trying to pull somebody out of Death Cloud would be an action, right? Or can I make that movement and do a different action at the dish?
You can make a movement. No, like you have to grab Rix. So to grab Rix, you have to physically grab him.
Alright.
Unless you had a way of blasting him out.
Thunderwave.
Does Thunderwave push?
You want to know what Jalira don't have? Because we decided to rush right into another battle?
Spell spots! And that's all Rix's fault.
Lots of blame here. I'm hearing lots of blame here, guys.
Rix isn't here. We can blame them.
Okay, what are you doing, Jalira? Like, time's ticking away. Like, tick, tick, tick.
She has no idea what to do, but she's going to step up and she's going to give herself guidance.
Is there anything you'd like to do with that guidance?
Well, she'd like to then try and see if she can grab somebody out.
Okay, so guidance is a action spell, correct?
Yes.
Okay,
Which is
so
why I can't do
you're
both.
kind of like thinking about grabbing somebody out next round. So that kind of tells me what you're planning on. Kizriel, what are you doing?
We can't all fail.
I'm going to pull out my rope and whatever time I'm allowed to just kind of throw it over him and try pulling him out. I don't know if pulling the rope out counts as an action, throwing it over him, pulling him. How much of that can I do in one round?
Okay. Make a ranged attack without proficiency. Just trying to lasso him with the rope.
Would that just be a dex?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Come on, not 20.
Come on!
Okay.
I'll say you secure the rope kind of around him. Roll me a d6.
It's like, if it's around just his head, we'll fix his neck later.
You managed to get around a leg.
Okay.
Because Rix has gone from standing upright to kind of laying horizontally and is being floated in this mist away. You managed to kind of throw a lasso, grab it, land it on his leg, and pull it tight before he can get away from you. However, you cannot pull or move him this round.
Okay. But if she's gonna have kind of the rope ready for somebody else to help her.
Okay.
Like somebody who may have just cast guidance.
Or has wicked strength.
Yeah, he's on the other side of the rope.
Bruce.
Oh, that's right. Even though I use my action, can I still have Guara move?
Yes, you can have Guara move.
Because I don't think I can have her do anything because I use the action, but I think she can maybe help me with the rope next time.
As Gora moves away from the body, you see it start pulling itself back together quicker. Not as quick as the one in the purple stream, but it's almost like the amount of healing this one is experiencing in the purple stream is feeding that same energy to the one that's outside the purple stream, and it's starting to knit itself back faster. So if the one in the stream was knitting at like outside before it hit the purple was knitting at like a speed of 1, it's now re-knitting at a speed of 4, and the creature in the center of the room is re-knitting at a speed of 2. Like it's increased its recovery. However, if you'd like to have Guara continue to keep it apart, she can make an attack action to try and keep it apart.
Didn't Jalira take a bunch of pieces and stick it in her bag?
We'll deal with those pieces at the end of the round.
They could just battle each other inside my bag.
Inside of the bag of holding?
The same bag of holding.
Let's see, what would Guara do? No, I think she would come help me.
Like you tell Gora to come help you, and she kind of turns around. She sees it start to knit back together faster. But as she's your kitty right now, I'll let you dictate what she does.
I think she would still come over,
so
even though she's gonna be eyeballing it.
Okay. Is she gonna take hold of the rope or just stand behind you?
Sure, she takes hold of the rope if I'm allowed to do that in the action.
She'll bite at the rope, get it in her mouth. And...
I mean, jaguars have a really strong bite force. So.
They do indeed. You could use it to climb ladder rungs.
This whole time?
I'm kidding. I'm mostly kidding. Sorry, content. I apologize. Bruce, what are you doing?
Mildly panicking. Toss that in there. All of a sudden, everything just went terrible. Yeah, I think he'd probably run over and see if he can like grab the rope and pull Rix out.
Okay.
I don't know where in there he'd end up, or
looks like you're probably right behind Kizriel grabbing the rope. Guara's kind of more directly behind Kiz, but still in that kind of square, like she's got part of her body occupying that. As she's trying to pull, you kind of grab behind her and just give me a strength check, please.
Just straight strength?
Strength check, yep. Strength.
Okay. Do I get any help from Guara?
Sure, you can roll it with advantage.
She does have a good strength. Look what it is. Yeah, she's got a +2. It's nice. Oh, she's a good girl. She's a good girl.
That was almost a natural 1.
You kind of yank and you hold. You kind of anchor your. You kind of like set your feet in and you just kind of hold tight. But you can feel like the stuff itself is still actively pulling on Rix, even though he's not moving. You've kind of initiated this grapple essentially to hold Rix where he's at to keep him from being pulled further down the line.
Okay.
Nick,
boy,
you're out this round.
Does it feel like this is going to be like an ongoing thing?
It does. Like it's pulling hard.
Okay. I don't know if Bruce can rage as part of this to try to...
I don't know. You're going to have to think about that.
Alright.
Okay.
Well, I'll say that for his turn.
Okay. Save that for his next turn. He's kind of got like a... Here I go, having to save Rix again. Anchor your feet, grab the rope, yank back. You got a good grip, and you're just like, this isn't gonna be as easy as I thought for a second. You're like your muscles kind of bulging out a little, like, ugh. Nix, you're out this round. You know what? I just now noticed it is 8:30, so we're gonna go ahead and take a break here. Welcome back. We're here dealing with the aftermath of Choices. It's all about choices. Anyways, Nyx, take one off of that 3 rounds that we discussed. So you are now at 2 rounds until you are active or can be woken up again. Z, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
So there's just mist around him that I can't like get him out of.
Well, now there's a rope.
Yeah, there's a rope that Bruce, Kiz, and Guar are pulling on.
Well, if Bruce and Kiz and Guara can't do it, I'm not going to be able to do it.
Teamwork.
Shoot the head with something.
That's true.
I will firebolt the head.
Okay. You firebolt the head.
I wonder if that gas is flammable.
Please roll me an attack. 22. Okay. You're like, they've got this. Like, somebody's like, shoot the head! You just kind of raise up your hand. You cast firebolt at the head. You shoot off a firebolt. You see the fire hit the head. It impacts the head. It covers it in this burst of flame. And the pulse of magic brightens along the entire line.
Oh, no.
Bruce, Kizriel, Guara, I need you to make strength saving throws.
Oh
Whew, let's see if we can beat our low rolls.
Did you say
Firebolt,
that?
You betrayed them.
Did you say Guara needed to make one too?
I believe in
I
you.
did.
She is not proficient with any saves.
Okay, not bad. Not bad.
Oh no.
Kiz is leading the pack.
Guara is no longer holding onto the rope and is on the ground prone.
Kitty.
Kizriel, you just kind of like, you're like pulling in like even tighter, like no. Bruce kind of like seeing you like your resolve to hold still, just grabs on and holds still even tighter with him, manages to not get pulled off his feet and onto the floor. Guara's kind of like rips out of her mouth, and you kind of see her like she kind of falls down and she's kind of panting really hard. Got a little bit of rope burn around her lips.
Oh, you can't.
Okay. That being said, I need the 2 of you, Kizriel and Bruce, to make another strength saving throw. Okay.
Okay.
Rick's form does not proceed down the line. You hold
All
tight.
things could.
You keep it from pulling him out of your grip.
Kiz being a ranger is coming in handy since she's proficient in strength saves.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, get it, girl.
As the head moves 10 feet closer down the line to the creature over there. Okay.
And once it reassembles, I guess we'd lure it out.
Okay. After that, Shalira, what would you like to do?
Okay, so she's just panicking mostly. And she's like, okay, fire was bad. Was it because it was a spell? Was it a magic? Would other elementals, would alchemy set it off? Let's see.
Try an arrow!
Add a mist? I've got...
No, the head!
But what about Rick's? I can
No,
pour
don't shoot
seawater.
Rick with an arrow.
I mean, or you can. I mean, that's a great way to stop it.
Do you want to shoot the woman?
There's a somber look that just came over Mike's face.
I would like to shoot the woman.
That's what we
Congratulations, guys.
No,
We
she's
reached
okay.
endgame.
Okay, no, actually, all right. She
Okay.
I wanted her to mention a couple other things and spit out some suggestions, get any feedback. She's like, okay, I can pour water on it.
You have
I've got
6
a
seconds in
blanket.
combat, Shalira. Your time is up to ask for suggestions. You've
All
already asked for things. You've already gotten answers. Remember, this is 6 seconds. You don't have time to have a discourse back and forth.
Oh, that's all she does then.
She just discourses.
Nice. Nice.
You want to at least grab onto the rope?
Like, you do have a chance to, like, pull up your crossbow and fire. I assume that's what you were still doing.
You don't have to. You could
hesitate.
pour water on it.
No, she'd have to get the alchemy jug out to do that.
You maybe have some time to pull out one thing.
Allowed to see what would happen.
She moves to grab the rope.
Okay. Where does she stand in the line?
Guessing it's... Guess I can hop over here.
I'm sure I would have offered all the slack I could, because I knew I wasn't going to be able to pull them by myself.
Okay. Okay. That's a good place to pull. Roll me a strength check.
Because I'm good at those.
Only one of us is good at strength. That's Bruce.
You kind of like brace yourself onto the stonework. You grab the rope and you hold it. You grab onto it and you're like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna help.
I'm helping.
Kizriel,
Okay.
what would you like to do?
Can me and Guara give a good yank?
So you're gonna have Gora reinitiate her grip on the rope.
Yes.
Okay.
But she will have to get up.
Gora. Guara, notwithstanding, just grabs onto that rope, and you may roll a strength check with advantage.
With her strength?
No, your strength, because it's your turn. She's assisting you.
You can do it. Nay!
Nice.
Oh, good girl. Who's my good girl? Where's my good boy? He's right over here. Who's my good boy?
Oh,
Okay.
I didn't realize you had switched to out of character, and I was like, is she talking about Bruise?
Yeah, I'm going to put here.
Who's my good girl? Who's my good boy?
Okay.
Weird positive affirmation.
You see Kizriel and Guara grab on the rope and yank back your way. You have a chance to kind of capitalize on that moment with Jalira behind you.
How bad does it look? Does it look like we're getting him out, or he's slipping, or what are we looking at?
Like Kizriel's turn on with her and Gora. You've seen them manage to start pulling, like they're starting to gain ground their direction. They have had one success pulling Rix towards them. You don't know how much it's going to take, but you know it's going to take effort.
Then yeah, I guess Bruce will pull.
Are you going to rage?
I was thinking about kicking you to see if it would help.
Actually, kind of would. Then yeah, Bruce will rage.
Okay.
Does she have to actually do damage? Jalira punches him. Punk.
Make a strength check with advantage. Oh boy, what does that do again? What's number 2?
I forgot.
I can teleport. I don't think this is...
Is he still holding on?
Oh god, how dumb is Bruce right now?
Would you like to make me an intelligence check?
He's smart.
He can't take anybody with him if he teleports, right?
I do believe you can teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space until your range ends. You can use this effect on each of your turns as a bonus action. No, nobody can go with you.
Okay. Saying if he could like dive, grab Rix, and teleport him out, but yeah, I don't think unless he can teleport like the rope farther back with him, then he's just gonna pull.
Okay.
Strength check with advantage.
Strength check with advantage.
$20.
You have a second success. Rick starts to inch closer towards you guys. He's almost into Kizriel's square now. Okay.
Just lightly stab Bruise. That's
Keep stabbing him.
I mean, I was thinking about having Guara like attack you, but that'll just add to the.
You know what? Just go ahead and grab that bolt that's still lodged firmly in it.
give it a good wiggle.
Forgot about the bolt.
Would it literally still be there?
Would he have started through all that stuff with the bolt in his?
Have you met Bruce?
Bruce isn't exactly a wisdom-full character.
Bruce would have done it to make a point.
Brother.
Okay.
Content.
Nyx, subtract another 1 from your 3. Z, we're back to you.
Okay.
Well,
the things that
Firebolt didn't work very well, so Z's gonna go to Poison Spray. And shoot Poison Spray at the head and see what happens.
Okay, what's the range on Poison Spray?
I would hope that you would move closer, because
10 feet.
10
yeah,
feet.
that's
okay.
fair.
So they count with the solid amount of pulling and work they're doing. They count as impassable terrain. You're going to have to walk around to get to where you want to aim your poison spray at the head. But you cannot move past Kizriel, Guara, Bruise, and Jalira. They're because of the line and the way they're keeping themselves steady. You're not able to climb over them or climb under them to get over to where. So you have to physically move. The red skull
is the skull that I'm pointing at, right?
Yeah. So how do you move? So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 to get there?
Yeah.
Okay.
So none of the ideas that Jalira shouted out jogged any ideas in Zanim? About what they're seeing, what they might.
The head takes the full brunt of poison spray. As your acid passes into the cloud, again the cloud pulses with energy, drawing strength on it, and I need Kizriel, Guara, Bruise, and Jalira to make another strength saving throw.
No.
Oh gosh.
That thing is feeding off the magic.
Can Bruise just grunt out?
I'm on his own with the bolt. You're shooting the head with the bolt.
Bruise is just gonna grunt out, "Stop helping!"
I love it.
Oh, good guy. We're doing good. We're doing good. Oh boy.
Dang, guys, that's impressive.
I'm really proud of all of you.
I'll give you the needle.
Z, it seems that any magic that seems to pass into the purple is definitely feeding the purple's power.
Yeah, no, Z got that after the second time. She thought that a different kind of magic might have a different reaction. But 2 different kinds of magic.
Oh, man.
Okay. So its turn. Okay. Brain. Okay. Rix, Rix's body is kind of suspended. You guys are starting to pull it this way, pulling it this way, pulling it this way. You feel it start to tug back. You feel the rope that's constricting around Rix's leg tighten. And you can you can see that it is like the rope is almost visibly cutting into his skin.
Nice.
No, I have a spare arm I can give him now, but just
not a
you
leg.
You could probably custom shop that into a propulsion leg. You got it.
Heck yeah!
Right.
Give me flight. I want rocket legs. A rocket leg. I'm sorry.
We'll give you a hand leg so that you have 3 hands.
That's more stabby, right? More stabby is better rogue.
Think of all the locks you can pick.
The most feared rogue in all of Sharn.
Okay.
Johnny 3 hands over here.
Good stuff, guys. Content.
Okay. The head moves down. Jalira, it is your turn.
Alright, pissed off that nobody's listening to me, I kick Bruce in either the bolted, still in the wound, or just the bolt wound.
Roll me an attack.
I mean, Bruce is
Unarmed
dodging. Does she have at least advantage?
Yes. You can have advantage on an unarmed strike. As you kind of reach forward to grab at the bolt in his butt. Kind of right there. Oh, you hit.
Roll that damage.
What the heck is up with
Roll me an
my
unarmed strike.
1.
You take 1 point of damage from the bolt in your butt.
You're strong enough that you don't injure yourself.
Hold on, he's raging, so rounded down. Is that?
It's always 1. You always get 1. Okay.
This is great.
You round it down to 0, so your reach doesn't proc and stick? Okay. No, I'm kidding. Regardless, moving on. Jalira, is there anything else you do on your turn other than wiggle the arrow in Bruce's butt?
pull?
Like wiggling, that's going to take your action to wiggle the bolt, so you don't really have an action to pull.
Then what else can I do?
I don't like. Is there any other options you want to investigate?
Well,
Like-
she wanted to brainstorm,
look
but
at
nobody's
this,
brainstorming with her. So
You-
no,
you
she's
look
not
at-
gonna do anything else.
Okay, cool. You look at Z in disgust and like slap the bolt, like just brush your hand along the bolt and Bruce's butt, like she's raging, angry man. Ugh, why does nobody listen to me?
Bruce is like all the muscles in his body are taut, so it's like pretty firm right now.
Oh man, I love D&D.
This is while we're like losing 2 party members, guys. This is great.
I need a moment. Hold on.
Oh, I love D&D, guys. I love it. I love it so much. Oh, you broke him
A little bit.
again.
I'll
Hey, give
take
him some
my-
inspiration.
I'll take my point of inspiration. Thank you.
Yes, yes, you will. You will indeed. Kizriel, it's your turn.
Can we pull again?
Yep. Go ahead and make a strength check with advantage.
I feel like Jared's secretly playing a bard.
He could cross-class. He has the charisma.
Yeah, barbarian.
This round are unable to make any ground.
DC is high, guys.
Well, the DC set itself with the roll that I made that you guys can all see now.
Holy crap.
It's nice knowing you.
It wasn't that high before, but somebody shot magic at it twice, and yeah.
She didn't know.
Fuck you. Okay, Bruce,
Couch.
you're still enraged.
Couch.
See, guys don't mind sitting on the couch. It's kind of like camping.
And this is strength, not athletics, right?
This is strength.
Oh gosh.
Pure muscle, just
Yeah, this is gonna take a 19 or higher.
Oh, wow.
oh. Okay.
Well, it would not have been possible with. Oh, Kiz would have had a nat 20. No. might have had to give it to me with an act 20.
I had an at 20 earlier on my poll. And my +0 strength.
You did. You did indeed. Okay.
That's why I want Bar to be the poller, not me.
Anything else on Bruce's turn?
No.
Okay. Round 3, Nyx. Round 3.
Do I wake up or?
No.
Okay.
You are unconscious. However, at the end of your round, you are able to be woken if steps are made to wake you up.
Yeah.
Can we just trip over at this point?
Please do. Anything.
You'd have to let go of the rope.
Yeah.
Okay. Z. Magic shot it seems to have not been effective at all.
Touching the purple stuff is also not effective.
I have no idea why Jalira wants to treat it like a fire. That's where her brain kept going.
She likes fire.
No, Jalira likes fire.
That too. If she really liked fire, she would have played Alchemist Artificer.
What you got going, hun?
So Z was a little distracted and she didn't hear what Cherry was saying, and she's not coming up with anything physical she can do because she can't get close enough to try to beat the head with the dagger or a longsword or a quarterstaff.
Does she want to join the rope line?
Yeah, Z's gonna join the rope line with her amazing strength score of 0.
We all have terrible strength.
Everybody
Except
beefed up
for-
their everything
Roll me a
else.
quick perception check.
Bruce is our.
Okay. You kind of look around, you're like, what do I... Like, you get back, you grab the rope, you grab onto it. At that point, you see Nyx take a breath. There's about 3 rounds where she wasn't breathing.
Oh, crap.
Shoot, is Rick's not breathing?
Kind of can't tell.
There's too much mist. But
But
this,
you
this
have
is
joined the
the
line of
second game I've played this week where I haven't been able to do much.
He's going to assume that they're fine, and she's going to drop the rope and try to run over to Nyx.
Okay.
Pretty much Z is like, magic's not working, I don't know what to do. I mean, think of Kermit the Frog, but not in a fun way.
Not in a fun way. Got it. I love it. Kermit the Frog, not in a fun way. Okay, you kind of like, because you already rolled your strength roll, you stand behind them, you grab the rope, you pull, and you kind of like in your effort to pull, you look over and you see Nyx take a breath, and you just like drop the rope and run over there because you're guessing Nyx will do something better than what you're able to do at this point in time. However, because you grabbed hold of that rope and tried to pull, you don't have an action to like bend down and try and wake her up or anything this round.
Okay.
Okay, at this point. Okay. It tries to pull back and pull on Rix. And it is now, the DC has adjusted itself once again. The head has reached the beast.
It is now a super beast.
And you see it like kind of hit the body, and then it's just like tendrils spreading up, tendrils spreading down, and kind of knitting together. Okay. Cherry, what do you do?
Keeping Bruce's rage going would help.
Like you hit that, and you saw him like kind of gain some strength from you hitting the arrow in his butt.
Well, she wasn't picking on him just to take out her rage on something. She was really hoping it would stir him up.
That's why he's
It did. It did though. He said it
So
did.
you You see it. It's like a visible effect that.
All right. I'll do it again, and I'll say he's. See if you want to try taking the rope. I could try shooting something.
Don't use magic.
I'm not with the crossbow, and then I'm gonna kick him.
And then I kick him, sir.
Dang it.
With advantage.
She can't cast
I'm
guidance.
gonna see if I can wake Nick up. I thought I saw her breathe.
These rolls. Oh.
Well, that's sweet, sweet damage.
1.
Sweet.
That's all he needs. That's all he needs. I'm constantly punching his butt. I love it.
Okay.
Well, you can only ever do one, right?
One push. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all she's got. The only way she can improve it is if she had the Tavern Brawler feat.
Or if she crit.
Then it would be 2.
2.
Bruiser just being pummeled in the butt.
A massage. She's like a little more to the left.
Kizero and Guara, what are you doing?
Alright, come on, we can do this. We can help the Bricks. We just need to get him out of that. It knocked him unconscious. Come on, we can do this.
Okay, roll me a strength check with advantage.
Let's do nat 19 or 20 because Quara's the one with the +2, not Kim's.
If we can get guidance in the mix, it might help.
Doesn't
That would
have
be an
guidance in
action.
her wand?
No, she can. But
She needs to keep him angry.
Like somebody can. Oh, Z's there. She could probably maintain Bruce's rage.
Yeah, just yell at him.
Yeah, like verbal
Psychic damage. Psychic damage.
Bruce, you're up.
If
Bruce is gonna
somebody
pull.
else needs to piss Bruce off, she can do that. She's just too distracted at the moment to think of it on her own, though.
Bye, guys.
Double 15s.
Okay.
This thing is a +10 we're trying to beat. I have a +3.
Nyx, you are still unconscious. Nobody's had an opportunity to wake you up.
Okay.
Z. It's your go, Z.
I am going to attempt to wake up Nick.
Okay, you reach down, you shake her, you slap her face a little bit. Nyx, you wake up, you come to alertness. You see the situation around you as described previously. And I'm going to go ahead and let you have your turn. What would you like to do?
Shit. She's gonna,
There's a dog there you can punch that's on the ground.
That's true. She's gonna... Yeah, she's gonna go ahead and, go ahead and... is it low light here?
Light where?
What's the lighting in the building? In the room?
You've got dim light coming from the center of the room. You've got dim light coming out of the cells right next to you. Nothing that would be considered bright light.
So because it's dim, I can move.
Yeah.
Alright. She's gonna go ahead and to kind of like thank D, and she's gonna go ahead and teleport. How put together does this one look?
It is recovering at about half the speed as the one in the actual purple stream. So it's about halfway back together now.
Okay. She's gonna kick it with one attack.
Okay.
Or, yeah, she's gonna go ahead and she'll just kick her.
Okay. Roll all of your attacks with an advantage.
Is it considered prone?
I think so, that's why.
Is it considered unconscious?
What the freak?
we're rolling great tonight, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes.
Here we go.
Where is? Oh, bonus check. Okay, cool.
And she doesn't get the bonus action, but she still has movement if she wants to move.
I have a dumb idea.
Do it.
Move
I
there.
All of our ideas so far, so.
I mean, it could be worse. It can't be as bad as throwing
Okay.
the purple stuff.
The 16 hit.
Oh
Holding
man.
on to
Because
the
it's
head.
unconscious, because it's unconscious, it auto crits. So you manage to break it apart.
It's really dumb.
more.
too.
Like you go to just take your glove and just kind of smash it in the face, and it's almost as if the knitting material kind of the nerves re-knit, and it causes a synapse to pull the head out of your way as you kind of punch down towards it, and then you're just no, and you punch again, and you manage to get it right where it was knitting back together, and you grab a hold of whatever, rip it out, and throw it behind you.
Speaking of knitting, I want to make an artificer that has knitting as its tool use.
Yeah.
Kiz is just saying that as we're trying desperately to fool.
Sorry. That's so funny. I'm sorry.
Quality content, guys.
I just wanted to imagine it that way. We're just Bruce is getting punched repeatedly in the behind, and you're just speaking of knitting, I think it'd be really cool to have an artificer.
I mean, I've been trying to. I'm glad you're interested in joining the game, but
Have you considered knitting needles, Jerry? Stress does things to people. It's cowardly.
Why is it doing that?
Okay, Nix, anything else on your round?
She moved.
Okay.
So that hopefully
That way.
that creature would have to come toward her before.
Okay. Did you Z, is there anything else on your turn? No, you spent your turn waking Nix up. Is
Yeah.
there any movement you'd like to make?
I used most of my movement getting over to Nix.
Mm-mm. That was last round. You
Oh.
didn't have to
Okay,
move at all for it
You were
to
standing
get there.
right there next to Nix this time.
No, I don't think so. I think Z's pretty happy where she is.
Okay.
is she pop and pull?
Okay. The cloud kill, or the spell. I just have the cloud kill there as my thing, and it made me think about it. So the spell tries to yank back. It's not having success. It's almost as if it's diverted more energy to making sure that the last bits of the Hellhound head resettle and hook back in and sink back in, as it kind of puts its head up and looks at Nyx, who's standing right there. Cherry.
Does an 11 hit Bruce?
You have advantage. You're kind of reaching to slap at that arrow. You're reaching to hit the arrow, kick the arrow, do whatever. You hear this kind of guttural, almost deep basso growl as the creature in the corner stands up, and it kind of unnerves you. You kind of you're swinging at Bruce, and you kind of get distracted by hearing it. And you kind of miss it as you're going for it.
Or attack it.
I would use my action to tell her to attack.
Anything else you'd like to do on your round?
If you use mold earth to try to keep it from coming together, would it still just eat through that? That's a stupid idea too.
It's still magic.
It's not energy.
Bruce is
boy.
just
Yeah,
like,
the wizard isn't
"No
comfortable doing
magic."
that in this particular circumstance. Z's kind of got bupkis.
Do you have mage hand? No, that wouldn't help much with the pulling. Or would it?
No, you can only pull up to I think like 10 pounds or something, or 5 pounds.
It's 5, right?
5. Yeah, it's 5.
Okay,
It's not going to be very useful.
I keep getting Unseen Servants weight mixed
If
up.
it was like Big D's hand or something like that, it'd be amazing. But
Okay. Anything else on your turn, Julia? Nothing? Kizriel.
I'm trying to hold the rope.
I'd like to try and get. What's the DC? Oh, maybe I can make that with a. Try again.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Okay. You are unable to make any headway moving Rix. Bruise.
Alright. Well, I guess at the start of the turn, the rage ends.
Sorry.
It's the conditions of rage. They're
Do you
very-
have to take damage, or do you have to like be attacked?
I think I have to take. I have to either attack or take damage.
Oh, take damage. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I was double checking things in my head. Cool.
So, unless this is some form of an attack action to keep pulling on a rope.
Not in this case, no.
All right. Yeah, he loses his advantage. Oh, come on. Oh, 15.
Like you almost get this elation of yes. You start to pull back, and you're just, and then it's like the rage just whoosh, and your muscles kind of shrink a little bit. You're like as you kind of like lurch forward, but you're still able to maintain your grip. But you feel like you almost have it, and you're just like as it starts to pull back against you.
Yeah, that's all my rages for the day.
Dang it.
I mean, out of spells, out of rages. The 5-day sleep, it wasn't really sleepful.
Bruce. Roll me a wisdom check. Or a wisdom saving throw.
Who?
Bruce.
6.
Okay. Nyx, what are you doing?
So it hasn't attacked yet.
Correct.
This guy's still prone though, right?
Yeah.
That thing's still apart. And she managed to make it apart for a little bit longer too, so.
Okay, that's the one she attacked. Okay, sorry.
Can I hold my action to attack the thing when it comes past me? Or
Sure.
it comes toward me? When it comes within range, I am going to attack it.
Sure.
Do you have any key points left?
At the end of your turn, go ahead and roll me a
2.
Wisdom-based deception check.
Okay. Deception
Trying to
is
strike the crap out of
advantage. So wisdom with advantage. I'm using insight as a equivalent. Oh my gosh.
It was a wisdom-based deception check.
Yeah. I have advantage. I have a.
Why did you roll
So I'm
insight?
using.
Oh, you're rolling insight because it was the closest. Gotcha. Okay, I understand.
Equivalent.
Okay, good to know.
Yay.
Z.
We got basically the same thing.
Yeah, you know.
Is the So Nyx disabled the one dog that's not in the purple stuff.
Correct. She's
The other
managed to
dog is
get
in the
from-
purple stuff.
Mhm.
We used magic on the dogs when they weren't in the purple stuff, and it was effective.
Correct.
They could really use help pulling the rope, too.
Sure, I'll go try to help pull the rope again.
Okay. So, if you're going to try and help pull the rope, you can either roll a check now, or you can confer advantage to Bruce or Jalira.
I will give Bruce advantage.
Okay.
That's a good choice.
Good choice.
That seems like the best option here.
4'9" chipmunk shifter.
The strength of this team is Bruce, Quara, and then I think everybody else, then Nyx.
I mean, it's not wrong.
See, guys, it's not just you. It's not just you.
Yeah, but this is when they all start rolling really low.
4 rounds in, Mike. 4 rounds in.
That's fair. That's fair.
Oh, rip Rix.
We can do this. We can save him. Okay.
Possibly not his foot, but we can probably save him.
Just have to hobble along. That'll be fun.
Go to where I want you to go to, please.
Hey, remember how we didn't make it out of this room?
You remember how we said we should leave this room?
But then there were shiny boxes and a dude.
Needed
And-
saving.
We came into this room, we realized it was a bad room, and we hung around the room. We
Okay.
made that choice. All of us made that
the
choice.
corrupted Iron Warden joins the initiative order.
Still ahead of Bruce.
Oh,
Wait,
Cherry.
It's not
what would you
hard
like
to be
do?
ahead of a 2.
what is that?
That the initiative for the Iron Warden?
The one below Zanim in the order?
No, the cloud kill is what he's using for the
Cloud
cloud.
Pill is the mist pulling you. It goes at initiative 20.
He hasn't been using the cloud kill stats.
No.
Thankfully.
I'd like to pull a rope.
Okay. You're gonna pull a rope. You're gonna pull it by yourself. And yep. Okay. Kizriel, what would you like to do?
We can do this. Is there any way I can have her take the lead?
I should just confer advantage next time.
High or low?
Hi.
Not this round.
Okay. Come on, girl. We got this. We got this, girl.
You just gotta beat a 12.
Oh
you
my
meet the 12.
12. You meet it.
Just barely.
Yes! Who's a good girl? Who's a good girl? Except I'm not gonna let go of the rope.
I was gonna say, like, is that what you do? Really?
She's mentally giving Guara scritches.
Rix is 9/10 out of the cloud. You still need one more good pull, and you think you can get him out.
Oh, come on.
So far we're at 30 seconds worth of time.
He can hold his breath that long.
Okay.
Who knows CPR? Next, you had some first aid training, right?
A little.
I'm sure I did. I was out in the woods for 6 years.
We have health potions now. The ones
No,
with
we
the,
used them.
all of them?
No, I just want somebody to give him CPR.
I'll give that honor to you.
I will kiss your brother.
What? When did CPR turn into kissing?
Oh, come on!
Oh shoot, it's going for Rex.
No! Oh, really?
Nice.
Really?
I'm sorry, it didn't see your dragon mark.
What? How could it not see the freaking mark on my face? It's an embarrassed dragon mark on my face in front of it. There
Is
we
that a 3?
Yeah,
As far as
apparently.
you know, there's an aberrant dragon mark on your face.
That's true.
Naughty. I'm unconscious.
Your dragon mark has never done things on its own or made decisions by itself. That would be ridiculous.
It's not going to act out of self-preservation.
No, that's ridiculous. Those things can't do that. And it's gonna try and bite at Rex.
I'm unconscious, so it should
Have advantage.
at advantage, and it should be a crit too if it hits.
But you're not at 0 hit points, right?
Oh my god. Well, that was the first one.
Well, that didn't hit, Mike. That definitely hit, though.
What?
If it's advantage, it definitely hit. Did not, unless you hit again.
15 points of damage.
Okay. Cool. Here we go, guys.
Are you making death saves yet?
No.
You automatically fail strength saves too.
Am I unconscious?
Yeah. Yeah, I think you do. Fails strength and dexterity throws. Cool.
Yeah.
It has locked on, and it will add its strength to the pull on the mist's turn. Bruce, you're up.
With advantage!
Okay, change my mind, Jalira. Shoot it with an arrow.
Yeah. I'll take on
Right,
pulling
he's
the
gonna try to pull. Oh,
With
Fuck
that,
that
you yank Rix and the Iron Warden out of the mist. Do me a favor. Roll me an acrobatics check to kind of keep your feet.
succeeded
And
so hard.
And I need Kizriel, Jalira, and Zanine to roll acrobatics checks as well.
Because Bruce is not today.
Could this be a dexterity saving throw?
Wait, you're not
Acrobatics check.
Oh, acrobatics. I think you said flex. I'm sorry. Acrobatics.
You're good.
You still
Same
rolled a
difference,
19.
except very different.
Huh?
You're
I
good.
said
You're
same
good.
difference, except not.
Guara is a little caught off guard by the sudden lack of tension on the rope, and Guara falls prone. Kizriel, you keep your feet. Z, you're just like, what the frick, as you kind of fall into the doorway, almost into the hall behind you. Shalira, did you roll me one? Because you were pulling. Yeah,
18.
Yeah, you keep your feet. You and Bruce keep your feet, and you're just. Hoo-ah! You manage to pull Rix. Rix is out, kind of sharing almost the space between Kizriel and Bruce.
Then where's the
And the dog is kind of
Latched
sharing
onto him
Kizriel's
still.
space at the moment.
Okay.
But it's out of the.
Kizriel, you can go ahead and take the opportunity to kind of move yourself without getting an attack of opportunity, as long as you don't leave its threat range. Like, you can position yourself to anywhere around it that you would like to.
Not the purple.
Maybe like there.
Who is this?
Yeah, that would be great.
Who?
You.
Oh, yeah, I guess there's good.
Is it prone?
Oh, good call. Good call. It was not expecting that. Give you that. It's used to pulling things prone, but it's not used to, being pulled back by, yeah.
It's like Queen's puppy. She's just so used to being anchored.
It's solid. It kind of keeps its feet. It still has Rix in his mouth. Still got his, still has his arm that it kind of grabbed on, like his shoulder.
Okay.
Is that enough to wake Rix up?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm breathing.
Is Rix breathing?
Whose turn is it?
At the end of Bruce's turn, that ends the round. Go ahead and roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Who?
Me.
Rix.
Come on, Rex.
10.
You're awake.
I go from like peaceful bed feathers to why does my ankle hurt?
Your leg.
You don't seem to have any that's the only thing, like you remember being peaceful, soft, comfortable, and it's like you've been pulled back into a very real world that is nowhere near as pleasant as you were.
Oh, I don't like this. I don't like this. Do I have to roll initiative?
Yep, go ahead and roll initiative.
So, roll a 1. Go right now.
21.
Okay. I will answer.
Go after me.
Okay, 21. Awesome. Nyx, your go.
All right. Teleport.
Am I grappled or is it just biting me?
You are grappled. You're gonna have to break out of it before you can.
Okay. Oh.
All right.
However, you're also grappled by Bruce, who's holding the rope on his end.
Gotcha.
Like Bruce hasn't let go of the rope yet, so you're kind of like suspended midair. Your leg really hurts too. Like you kind of look down, you're just like, ow, 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 ow.
So Bruce basically has him by the leg. What does the dog have him by?
Shoulder.
Oh,
All right.
my arm. It's like next to his face. Ah!
All right. Is it my turn? Can I go?
Your turn.
All right. She is teleport and attack.
Bam!
What did I do? Is this good? It's, oh,
Nat 20.
She mad.
and she's gonna go ahead and try stunning strike.
Can he be stunned? I wonder.
Yeah, I've stunned him before.
And
Or
they
I
can
tried.
be unconscious, so.
Yeah, you're right.
So do you want me to put it somewhere?
Yep. Go ahead and.
I think you've got a con save.
Con save. Boom, boom, boom.
And it levelly does not actually tell you what the save is. It's a 13.
What is your save? It's a 13?
Yep.
Wait, hold on. I'm doing quick math too. Apologize. Okay.
You're fine. Not holding my breath at all.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
I just think that this hellhound is not quite the same one that we fought earlier.
No. These are. He said they're corrupted versions of them.
All right, she's gonna go ahead and attack again.
Okay.
Cannot do flurry of blows because that's for her bonus action, and she teleported instead. So. Six more damage to it.
How would you like to do this?
She is
Decapitated.
everything she's got into this thing.
Okay. So you punch it and it lets go of Rix as it kind of falls to the ground.
Rick's kicking it, like shrugging it away.
Shrugging it away. Would you like to make a D8 roll for me?
No.
No, well, no.
He has no strength.
You really want me to roll a D8?
D8. You kind of shove it like you don't know how. You kind of like shove it under you, away from you. Like you climb on top.
Like
of
it's
it,
like kind of like push it
shoving it into the purple. Like you go to like shove it away from you into the purple, and you're like, no.
like punching it as I'm like I'm trying to get up.
Like, out of nowhere, there's like the traveler's gift is in your hand, and you're just like stabbing it, and take a breath. It's down. It's not.
When did
moving.
those things get back?
The moment that it lets go, Bruce is not like dropped his grip. He drags Rick with him out of the room.
Rex is like still stabbing it. How did these things get back?
Like he literally he just the moment he gets traction, he's moving and he just keeps dragging Rix with them.
Does he trip over Zanim, who has fallen down in the doorway?
Rix is being shoved through, like pulled through, like Delira's spade.
I'm probably trying to help Julia. I'm trying to help. See up.
Oh, actually, no. We've got Z's turn. We're still in initiative order.
Okay.
Per se at this time.
Okay.
So, Zanim, what do you do?
Is it technically my turn?
Oh, that's right. It is technically your turn.
Okay. Rix is just bewildered at this point. Last thing he saw was just getting dragged by the skull, and that's it. And then he's like, What's happening? What's happening? Ah! And then he's gonna just shoot some eldritch blasts at its dead body.
Okay, roll me your attacks.
It's prone, but he's upside down. So how does that all?
It's fine. It's fine.
Talent.
Was it? I have 2 beams.
2 beams, yeah.
1.
Yeah.
Are they at advantage?
Yeah.
Because it's prone.
It's prone.
All right, so I'll roll that one again, and then I'll roll. Yeah, so 24.
It's a
and
range
then
attack, so it should be.
Oh no, it's just a normal. It's not an advantage. Sorry, it's just a 24, and then the other one was a 15. Mike, you're right though. It's range attack. If it's prone, then it wouldn't get advantage. Thank you.
Both hit. You do that much force damage to it. You're just like,
poo.
What do you do?
Not fighting Bruce as he's getting dragged.
What do you do?
Okay, I'm going to try to not get run over as Bruce is trying to get out the doorway, and I'm going to try to stand up.
Okay, you stand. You use half your movement, kind of standing up, and then you still have 15 feet that you can move. Would you like to move yourself out of the room? Like you see Bruce's like a railway train or a lightning rail train coming straight at you.
Yeah, I'll leave the room.
Okay.
At least she's not tripping over me.
Okay. Cherry, what do you do? It's a dolly.
She might be continually going over my keyboard as often as she can.
Well, cats are wonderful like that. Jalira, what are you doing?
I'm grabbing my lantern and I'm booking it.
Okay.
Just side note, is that gate open with the dude in it?
Yes, yes it is.
That was what I was waiting for my turn.
Kizrael, it's your turn.
Gonna give a wide berth to the purple stuff, and I'm gonna try to wake up the dude.
Okay.
Oh no.
We assume that he's the good option here.
I assume he's the less dangerous option.
But what if in taking him out, it drags you in? You've already made your movement, so
yeah, moved in there. Walking across the sigils on the floor. Again, you feel your dragon mark flare up with heat. I need you to roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Come on, you got this. You're a ranger.
6.
oh.
You kind of run in. You run in to shake him, and you just kind of boom, fall onto him.
I can reach her, right?
Guara is going to do what?
Come over.
Grab your foot and drag
And
your
try
butt
to
out.
try to grab my foot. And
Okay.
does she need to roll?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll a strength saving throw for her. No, an athletics check.
The same either way. There's no bonus other than her strength. Come on, she's tiny.
She goes to grab you. She's got a good hold of your foot, but you seem to have gotten your clothes tangled in the clothes of the guy that you've fallen on. So she's kind of like trying to drag both of you at the same time. She's like, this cat has this gives Nyx this most desperate look, like, help me out here, help me out.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
How did Rix get there?
Oh, I got dragged.
No, the turn order.
Oh, I needs to be just readjusted.
Yeah, moved. I was like, whoa, why is he there?
And
We're good.
Bruce.
Sorry.
All right. Bruce is basically like holding Rix is gonna kind of turn and like push him out the door to like here.
Okay.
Almost like putting him against the wall, and he's gonna look down at him like genuine concern on his face. Like, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. What happened?
Okay, just stay here then.
Ah!
Instantly transitioning to like anger, and he's gonna stomp over and try to grab Kiz.
Rix is just like, what? I did something again, didn't I? Why don't I remember what I did?
Yeah, he's gonna run over and try to grab Kiz.
Okay, roll me an athletics check.
23.
You grab a hold of Kiz.
He's gonna, whatever he's got left, he's gonna start bringing her out too.
So 5, 10, 15, 20. You have a total of 35? Or are you at 40? 40. So 20 over there. You can get about 10 feet back because when you're carrying a person or dragging somebody, it's you got half
It's
movement.
like 5.
I know, but she's
Like, you're not trying to scrape her face on the stone. You're taking care.
No, he's picking her up.
Okay.
Putting her on his shoulder.
she weighs 35 pounds.
But yeah,
She was
whenever
less
he get back carrying her, he just like kind of grabs her and like looks over at Guara for like half a moment, like, I got her, and he's gonna like pick her up and head over to wherever he can get.
Okay. Nyx. Nyx.
Is that guy within reach, or do I have to go in there?
You're gonna have to enter the cell to get to him.
We do have a rope you could make into a lasso. We've done it before.
It's
Aim
probably still on the ground.
Aim for his neck.
I don't give. All right. I have to decide if Nyx cares enough, and I don't know what that would be. Mike, what would you say?
You feel compelled to pull him out of the cell.
Oh,
All right. Great.
Magically compelled?
That feels worse.
Well,
Bye.
there's part of the fact that she now has an aberrant mark and is starting to feel some empathy toward them.
That's not an aberrant mark in there.
As far as it seems like this was made for aberrant mark storage. Who knows?
Well, she's
No
got
one
the
knows at
purple
this point.
around her.
I have no empathy for her. She just tried to kill my brother, whether it was intentional or not. All right, I'm going to go ahead and try to throw a rope over him and drag him out.
Okay. Roll me a ranged attack without proficiency.
So that's dexterity?
Yeah, D20 plus dexterity.
All right.
You get him.
All right, and I'm gonna drag him best I can. Like, Guara, you want to help?
He does not weigh 35 pounds.
Is he human?
No, he's stocky and short and rather bulky.
So
and
a
has
dwarf?
a big bushy beard.
All right, so she's gonna drag him. How far can she drag him?
Wasn't there a dwarf that came with an aberrant?
Mm-hmm.
Wait.
Since you haven't moved, you can move half your movement speed out of the room.
So that would be 20 feet.
We would notice if this Phoebe was wearing emerald claw gear, right?
10, 15,
I was thinking the aberrant mark dude
20.
that we were told about showed up.
Yeah, and
he was Emerald
some
Claw, I
people
thought.
assumed that he was from the Emerald Claw, but we have no proof of that.
Ah.
Bruce never assumed that.
I know, I did not either.
I did.
Could be, but anyway.
Okay. At this point, we're out of initiative order.
Okay,
You guys
Guara will help.
successfully pull everybody out of this room. What do you do?
Run.
Well, we're
Rix,
gonna close that door.
Still just dragging this guy by the rope.
Once
Rix is like
everybody's turned-
hobbling away with his like gimpy foot right now, trying to get the feeling back into it.
once everybody's through the door, I was gonna lock the door, and then I will give the green key back to Rix.
Are you conscious?
No, Kizriel's unconscious.
Never mind. Guara's gonna help drag the dude, though.
I was gonna say Bruce is gonna like get to the door and like look down and put Kiz on Guara. Like, okay. And then he's just gonna like stop there at the doorway and he's gonna look at this lady for a moment.
Okay, so you guys get him out. Kizriel, or next move. Dwarfy man out, Bruce. Last one in the room kind of turns and looks. Bruce, roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Bruce.
It's gonna be good, guys. It's gonna be good. 14.
There's a moment when you look at her, you think you see her eyes open. You see her, you feel almost compelled to keep staring. However, Z's done that shit before, and you're not buying that. So you turn away, like you turn your head, like forcefully just kind of turn your head away and move to leave the room, but not before you see this smile kind of pull up on her face.
Cool.
Cool.
Can we shut the doors? Does it seem like it locks when the doors are shut?
Well, we have the keys. We can lock them. But okay, Rix knows the keys are on Kiz. He can pull them out of our pockets.
We have another.
Do the doors lock
Nick's
automatically, or do we have to lock them?
Nyx has another set currently.
I only have. Oh, I do.
You took
That
all the
is
keys
right.
from Bruce,
I
so
took
you have
the-
a green, a yellow, and a couple blues.
Yeah, I have 4 blues, a green, and a yellow.
Bruce, you exit the room.
Yeah. He has like a moment where he just
Why is there a pause?
he thinks about Colin, he thinks about Nyx. He wonders what this could possibly be, and like part of him feels bad. But he also is familiar with Z's crap, and he's not going to stick around long enough for that.
Roll me a survival check.
Survival, okay. 14 again.
I've been a sailor, been around Sharn. You're able to kind of accurately gauge her age as you're turning around, and your best guess is that she's probably about 24 years old.
She's been there since she was 4.
Or she's been in stasis so she was still pretty young.
Yeah.
But at that point, you kind of committed. Nyx is like you kind of step out the door, and you think about like she's young, but Nyx just kind of like tries to push it aside and slams the door shut. reactivating the locks on the door.
Okay.
Yeah, he would just sit there like by the door, just thinking about that for a little bit.
Like,
Okay. And I think
you all right?
this is a good place to end tonight's session. It being
I think this would be a great place to camp, right there.
Thank you guys.
Well,
This has been awesome.
Hey, we made it out of the room.
You guys did it.
Yay!
Hey, and we have possibly an entity that we rescued for some reason.
Or an ally, we don't know.
Wanted to.
Some potions.
Well, Nyx felt compelled to, so
Well, Kiz wanted to. She felt sorry for him.
he was going to end up like the others.
Bruce has some minor bruising on his glutes.
Rix's ankle hurts.
Rix also might have some psychological.
No, he was good, man. The psychological torture comes from coming back.
I mean, Rick, as far as Rick knows, he was happy. Everything was right. in his
Everything was
world,
right,
and
and he's slightly sad that he's back here.
like, I mean, for those of you who've watched Buffy the Vampire Slayer, you know how like,
When they bring her back from, oh my gosh.
So, on that note, guys, it's been wonderful. Thank you for watching the stream. I'm super excited to see what happens next, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye.
Okay. Bye.